Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete. Boyan, I have a subject I want to bring to you today because for my golfers and for my people that believe in mindset, I think this might be interesting. All right, I have definitely processed it since the Masters. That was the craziest Masters I've ever been a part of. And if I hadn't have gone through this, which that's me 2 years ago, having lost my left side, having a stroke that took it out. I used to play golf 5 days a week. I used to run. I don't do either. But what has happened is this mindset. My mindset and my choices and the way I approach things has changed 1,000% because I have committed to personal development. And the reason I tell you this is I think, like I said in the title, why Rory choked at the Masters and insights on mindset. That was the biggest choke I've ever seen. And I've been around golf for 50 years. And here's why. He's the best golfer right now. Well, Scotty and him, let's just say 1 and 2. The shot on 13 and the shot on 18 are the easiest shots you could hit. He absolutely gagged it. I mean, gagged it. I was sharing with a person before he hit that shot at 13. The only way anybody's going to ever catch him if he dumps it in the creek. And sure enough, he did. That's an easy shot for most. But the mindset of Rory was actually toxic because you can't do that. He was lucky. Yes. Did he hit the best shot at 15 I've ever seen? Yes. Did he hit in the playoffs the best wedge? Yes. But that wedge at 18, 125 out and dumping in the bunker, give me a break. That's a choke. Then when he said, which I thought was very interesting, I think his mindset coach, he's a sports psychologist, let's call him a mindset coach, Bob Rotella, I think. The plan was to not talk to Bryson. Really? That's your plan? Your outcome was a choke on 13, a choke on 18. That's a mindset that you want to come into? He was just lucky that Bryson didn't have a good day. He just didn't play top. He didn't choke. He just didn't have a good day. First hole, 2-shot swing, choke, nervous. So that's the kind of mindset you helped him with? Geez, I'd fire him. I'd fire that mindset coach because that showed. It showed. He absolutely had a terrible mindset. And if you do not work on your mindset, you do things like that. You choke. Obviously didn't breathe properly. Obviously didn't think properly. Because the only place on 13, the only place was hitting it right at pin. I mean, give yourself some room, but you choked. You didn't think clearly. Now, does he have a green jacket? Yes. Sometimes luck is not a bad thing to have. And he was lucky. He was lucky that nobody besides Rose, and I was actually pulling for Rose because I don't know, I like the guy. But when you talk about, and I think this has absolutely, because when Rory went through the live thing, that was a toxic thinker. That was not a good thinker. Really, some of the comments you make that you can't stand to be in the same room with them because they chose for a better future for themselves and you didn't agree with it. Terrible mindset. And I think the mindset with Bryson DeChambeau, you still have Rory. You still have him playing mind games with you. You still have live in your brain. You're still not thinking clearly. You got to get over that. And a good mindset coach will help you get over that, not isolate yourself. When he said, I'm going to live in my own little world, I thought he was done when he said that. Look, Competition is competition. You don't have to isolate yourself, but if you're afraid of something and you're not having the proper mindset, you will do that. You can still say hello to somebody. You can still be in your own game, but that was just the live playing games with your mind and not having the proper mindset. Best thing you could do, if Rory hears this, fire your mindset coach. Get somebody that'll give you the proper mindset. Now, I happen to be a high performance coach, so I know that. I know the mindset. Now, I had to go through a stroke to get there, but that's just my blessing. I am committed to personal development every day, working on this every day. I do the 5 to Thrive. I do work on my mind every day. I don't have that kind of person who's advising him. It's got a big name. Give him that. But he's not currently the right person for you, Roy. So it's up to you. Get somebody that has Brendan Bouchard, the best in the world. His growth day is the best community to get this right because we do the 5 to Thrive. We do it because this is so important and we saw it. Millions of people. Now they're congratulating, which they should. But that 13 and 18 was an absolute mindset. It just was bad to see. It was hard to see. Watch. And the emotion had to be running when on 18 when he finally did it. Gagged the putt on 18. That was a gag putt if I've ever seen it. And you got to call it like it is. They didn't want to call it that way. But he absolutely choked that putt. He pulled up so quick that thing broke away. Now, a person of that caliber, that shouldn't happen, but it did. So he wasn't working on that mindset. That mindset is anything's possible if you work properly through that. Some older guy who's had a name in golf and known everybody's going to hire him because he did something to get that name, but he's not keeping up. Because if he was, he'd be in growth day. He would be hiring a high performance coach. He would be with the best, but I know he's not because I could see it. Outcomes show us how people think. And he did not have a good mindset. So the choking, that happens. Being lucky, that happens. I'm just glad that he was able to recover because I don't think he would have been able to recover if he choked this one because it was so bad, so obvious. 13 and 18, whew, man, that was a disaster. But the good thing is he got the green jacket. So hopefully he can get beyond that. And if I'm speaking to you, Rory McIlroy, I'd fire your coach, your mindset coach. Get somebody that can give you the right mindset. Brendan Bouchard can do that for you. Cost you $1 million, but hey, you got it. You want a few dollars. You have a few dollars to spend. Spend it in the right way. Get somebody that's going to get this mindset right so you can perform at the highest level. If you did, I'd feel sorry for the people playing against you because the natural ability that you have is absolutely incredible. But this has to match it. So I just wanted to give you my thoughts. Whether you agree with me or not, that's not important. But hey, if you're not a professional golfer and you still want to perform at the highest level, get growth day. Try it for 7 days. Try it. You might like it. You might change that mindset. You might commit to personal development every single day. We go months without working on this, And if we went months without taking a shower, we'd be stinky. Well, our thinking can be stinky too, and it can show on the biggest stages. Get this thing right, being part of personal development, make it a daily habit, do the 5 to Thrive, be part of a learning library, be the personal development Netflix, and achieve the highest level, because it's possible, because anything's possible. Anything's possible. The magic is in you. Thank you. Love to hear your comments, whether they're good or bad. I love to hear them. I love to hear them because life is fun. And we'll talk to you and give me any of your feedback.